What's up, everybody? So today is going to be a really fun video. I've been able to finally get my hands on some of these unauthorized bootleg Chinese Harry Potter books. So we've talked about some of the bootleg toys that exist within the Harry Potter world. And there were a few articles that I read years ago that talked about some of the bootleg books that you'll find. So it's not just like unauthorized prints of the book and the actual story. It's some sort of underground authors have taken upon themselves to create their own stories using Harry Potter and its characters and the whole world to make things like this. So they're really funny, and they're just kind of, they've been this sort of like thing that's been on my list for a really long time that I've wanted. As many of you know, I really enjoy the bootleg stuff and the unique things within the Harry Potter world, especially if it's all the pre-film stuff. And so this is definitely the start of it. So I think the oldest one is 2005. Some of them have the year, some of them don't, but we're just going to go down the list. I have a stack of them, and let's just get into it. All right, so this one here is titled Harry Potter and the Porcelain Doll. So I will just preface this by saying that I've been able to gather the or I guess translate these by way of Google Lens. I do have a family member who speaks and reads. She's from China, so I probably should have hit her up, but she's got a lot going on, and there's quite a few. So what I might do is bother her to kind of like read a page or something, or like a chapter or two, and then, you know, I can post about that, because I've also heard the stories are absolutely terrible. You know, it's just kind of one of those things, but they're obviously like bound, and some of them actually look really nice and professional, and so it just kind of like shocks me that like this is even a thing. Like I still don't even know exactly like how to approach the whole thing. So if someone is watching this video and you're from China, you speak Mandarin or you read it, etc., and this translation is incorrect from what it is that I have been able to gather, then please let me know. This is again just translated by way of Google Lens. So anyway, this one's called Harry Potter and the Porcelain Doll. I'm assuming this here is Harry Potter. I don't know. Maybe. There's no scar. He's wearing sort of like a lab coat, and he's pointing at the porcelain doll. So that's what that says. And then, you know, at the beginning of each chapter, there's like these little tiny illustrations. A balloon, don't know what that means. And, you know, of course, like I said, like a lot of these stories, right, like they're based on things that are not what we know to be the story, and so they could be very, like, this is a cactus, maybe it's Arizona, right? Like, shout outs to Phoenix. No idea. I have saved, well, I was gonna say I saved my favorite for last, but it's not true. I have two favorites, and if I do bother my cousin, I'm gonna have her read from the one that is actually like probably closer to my favorite, but I'll get to that in a minute. All right, so and right in front of me I have my screen that gives me the translation, so if you see my hand kind of moving up, that's what that is. So this one I think is really cool because it actually uses this piece of art that I think a lot of us have seen before, especially in that previous video that I did. You'll see it, I think I showed that one for the Book of Spells. So this is the piece of art there that you see when the book opens, and it's that art that's on this side. Anyway, I think that's kind of cool. So it's definitely like reminiscent, right? This one is called Harry Potter. Now again, the thing about a lot of the translation is like it might not translate exactly to English, and it's And I find it to be funny, and it's not that I'm laughing at the language, it's just that I'm laughing at the translation because it's just so silly. So this one translates to Harry Potter with water repellent beads. So that's that. Again, this one is kind of in the same vein as this, where it's printed, you know, pretty similarly. You know, kind of the same width there, the same type of pages. Yeah, so like they, you know, like the jacket art, they say it's Mary Grand Prix, you know, so they're definitely given kudos. They're just kind of doing their own thing. So, absolutely wild. So there is Harry with Buckbeak, and I just think that these are so cool, you know, like, oh, that's the letter that Ron sends Harry, and he puts a bunch of stamps on it because he doesn't know how Muggle mail works. And you know, like that's kind of the downfall about this, right? Is like I don't read the language, so I can't really see like how the story goes, because the title is obviously so different that we wouldn't be able to, like, just given the title with water repellent beads. I mean, like, I don't know what that even means, but these images are very much from the books, right? The port key, you know, and not one particular book either, I guess. I mean, they're all kind of, so anyway, that's what this one, I was just looking for some more like images here. Yeah, so I guess we know, you know, like what those ones are for those who have read the books. And then bam, they're like, hey, this is Queen JK. This is, you know, the person who kind of started all of this. What's interesting is that in one of these, on an inside cover, you actually see the artist's, the author's face, which I thought was kind of interesting. Okay, so this one here, and I'll obviously show you that. This next one has to be my absolute favorite cover, just because, like, like, what? What is happening here? Like, I wish this happened in the books. I mean, that's a dinosaur, guys. That's what that is. So this one here is called A Dinosaur in the City. This one here is called Harry Potter with Golden Armor. So that's that. They don't all look like this, so we're gonna start getting into the ones that are printed a little bit different. This one might be the same author, actually. So like the characters look the same here. So this, if this is the author's name, because this says Harry Potter, and then this is the subtitle. This is J.K. Rowling. I don't know what this line is, but this might be the author's name. So these two might very well be the same author, because like I said, these characters here are the same. So, and it looks like the inside kind of dedication, etc. is similar. So anyway, not that really matters, but I just noticed that right now. So this is my favorite, I think, for obvious reasons. Like, I kind of want to get this framed and like hung up. I mean, this is just like, this is top notch here. Absolutely incredible cover art. All right, so let's keep it moving. This one here is kind of funky. This one says Harry Potter letter to Harry Potter. So don't know who that is. I guess Dudley, because he's wearing the hat backwards. He thinks he's kind of cool. But he's also like on the stairs behind Harry that already has the sword, and then Dobby. So Dobby looks pretty legit, according, you know, from what the movies are, of course. Again, the translation could be kind of funky. Doesn't really matter. I mean, it's amazing anyway. The pages are really cool. You know, it's like, so this one says Hermione Granger here. It's like a stamp that they have like on each one of the pages, which I thought was pretty neat. This is art that's maybe Dobby. I don't know. And it like any assumption I'm making is probably going to be the same, in the same vein as whatever assumptions you're all making, for those that at least don't speak the language, because I can only assume here, right? Okay, so I think this would be Harry and Hermione. Again, it might not be anything, because these are all stories that are not from the Harry Potter series that we know, right? This isn't like Chamber of Secrets. This isn't Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This isn't Harry Potter Prisoner of Azkaban. Like that's not what this is. But the art is very reminiscent. It's very much from that. That's why it's a little bit confusing for me, because I don't actually know what's supposed to be happening here. These are obviously Dementors going towards Hogwarts. These are two people here looking at this. Maybe Harry because of the glasses, Hermione, you know. So like this scene took place, right, in a book, but why is it in this one? And so this is going to be probably like one of a couple videos that I'm going to make on these books, because it's not so much just about showcasing the books themselves. It's greater than that, at least for my curiosity. Like, we know what this is, right? So this is all Chamber of Secrets stuff, kind of. Anyway, so yeah, so it's more than just saying, hey, like, this is what the books look like. I kind of want to know a little bit more of the history of it. I've read an article or two online, but, you know, I think I want to dive in a little bit more. Maybe have, you know, like someone translate like the little fine print and stuff, and maybe like read a page or two, you know, something like that. All right, so here we go. We've got another one here. So this one is Harry Potter Magic Academy. That's the translation of it. Let me see. The first fantasy magic book written by Chinese something is what this says down here. The first fantasy magic book written by a Chinese, maybe author, a Chinese something. Sorry. Oh, and then the name here by Shiging, I think that's what that says. But anyway. All right, so this is Harry Potter Magic Academy. Now the next couple, there's one, oh yeah, so that'll be for last. It's really cool. Like, some of them get really, really cool. So we've got some, you know, this is like a standard haunted house, I think. An owl, just darkness with the same kind of stuff. I mean, it's all very magic-y. You know, you got the books and the scrolls and the wizards and the black cat and, you know, all of that. All of that stuff. That's kind of the thing, right, that's so interesting, is like, there's just some random images and they don't even seem to pertain. Well, this one does, because it looks like just like witches around a cauldron, but some of them are like, okay, it's like, this is just like history, looks like. Or maybe that's what they're talking about, right? Like, maybe this is like Salem or something, you know, it's like witches being burned at the stake, etc. You know, something like this. Again, this is all speculation here, you know. Yeah, that's probably what this is. Burned at the stake and being whipped and all that jazz. So this might be like a history of witchcraft, right? Like, it could be something like that. Y'all with me? Witches eating children. I don't know. Hocus pocus. So that's what this one is. Seven-headed dragon. Okay. Unicorns, haunted houses. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm down for it. That's nice. Let's keep it pushing, though. The next one, and I don't want to like make fun of the artist or anything, but like, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? Come on. All right, so this is Hogwarts here. That's Hedwig from space. And then, oh, here we go. This was what it was. So this is the author, I believe. Unless it's not, unless there's like some kind of, you know, something here. Again, like I don't, but I would assume that it's the author because there's an image of it. And then this imagery is just absolutely wild. So this one translates to, this here says Harry Potter, and this here says growth gift. Harry Potter of growth gift. Again, like, you know, like translations, like translations just are not the same thing, right? So like, to have it translated like this by way of just one thing, like Google Lens, I mean, it might not mean anything. But look at Voldemort, guys, come on. Look at him, look, that's wild. Why does he look this way? He's not supposed to have a nose at all, let alone that. I'm not going to say anything else. All right, this here is a portrait. Yep, okay. All right, so now again, like, should I, like, I have to, like, pay somebody to translate one of these. I just, like, I have to. Like, so, and it's probably going to be the one at the end, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, this is someone reading Goblet of Fire is what it looks like to me. So this might be, like, the author when he was younger reading Goblet of Fire, you know, trying to showcase something like that. That's cool. I can dig that. Oh, wait, what's this page? Like, again, like, I'm obviously just making this stuff up, but, you know, just from what I would know to be in the standard. This came on the, this was like this, you know, and I just kind of folded it up and put it in here so I can get, like, a better look at the book itself. But that's that one. All right, we're almost to the end here. We have a couple more left. This one here says Harry Potter Personal Tips. So, I don't know. Maybe this is it, and, you know, whatever. There's a gnome, so that's cool. This is sort of like, we're kind of getting into like the manga anime type art, and you're gonna see a lot of that coming up with the one that I keep saying is my favorite. But this one is okay. I mean, yeah, like you've got, I think this is like the Assyrian lion, or it could be like a gargoyle or something like this. Anyway, this one is literally just like this. I mean, like, it's like a cute little small book. Harry Potter Personal Tips. Voila. All right, we've got the next one here, which is kind of in the same sort of style as the ones that we showed before. This one says Harry Potter Big Funnel is what this said. Maybe it's Harry Potter and the Big Funnel. Don't know. This is all that was captured on that on the Google Lens. So let's see. This one's cool though, I thought, because it's like, it was once an actual, you know, like book of what seems to be like a child with all these little sketches and stuff like that. And so that's kind of cool. You know, it obviously has like some history and someone enjoyed it. You know, it's kind of in like rougher shape. Oh, the filler of Big is what this one is. So this says Big Funnel from the Google Lens, but I forgot that says it there. So, I mean, it's kind of in the same sort of thing. So maybe, you know, that's what I was trying to say, is like a lot of these translations could be like a couple of the words. The filler of Big, you know, maybe like they're trying to like fill a funnel. I don't know. Like, I think it's kind of a similar translation. But, you know, again, it's like, but even this, right? Like, this is written in English right here, and it still doesn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? So, like, Harry Potter and the filler of Big. Okay. So that's why, like, those other translations, they could very well just be exactly what they were, and they're just, you know, not going to make sense because they don't translate the same. And that was, you know, obviously translated in English while being in China, and so, you know, whatever. English is used everywhere, so. All right, so that's that one, you know, just kind of your standard book, like nothing too exciting about it. Oh, Harry Potter and the filler of Big, that's right. So, voila. I think I noticed that after I had done the lens, and then I put the pictures on my screen and forgot about it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, this one here is the last one and my favorite, and it is written in English underneath, and it's called Harry Potter and Platform 9 3/4. The thing that I like about this one is that it's very much like a manga, kind of, and it's sort of giving Witch Hat Atelier. I don't know if any of you out there are manga readers or anime. I'm a pretty big proponent and a huge fan of pretty much anything like graphic art-ish. Graphic novels, comic books, manga, etc. So this one here is kind of like a fusion of the two, and I'll bring out Witch Hat Atelier so you can see towards the end, but it's just super funky, right? It's like these like marbles that are attached to this, but it's obviously very much Harry Potter. You know, it's not like it's, I mean, it's its own story, but they've kind of created their own way of drawing the characters. And so Harry Potter and Platform 9 3/4. Harry Potter and Platform 9 3/4. So anyway, as we kind of go through, we sort of see, like, you know, this is Albus Dumbledore. Oh, I did get this. I think I translated this. Where is that? Oh, well, I thought I did. Anyway, maybe I'll have this translated properly and like post it on my Instagram or something, just so that we can actually see like what it says. But you know, like if we look at this, right, like this is all like some serious manga art, right? Like this is, you know? Yeah, so like the journey from platform 9 3/4. So they're, you know, they're doing their own rendition of that whole thing. And we've got Diagon Alley right here, which is super cool. Frolin Drink, Ollivander's Wands, Magic Zoo, Stationery Shop, Beautiful Mark Bookshop, that's what that says. Madame Malkin's Robes, Gringotts Bank, High Quality Quidditch Shop. So, you know, they're kind of showcasing a bit, which is cool, right? Okay. Yeah, so this one's my favorite because of the imagery. I feel like I can kind of figure out what's going on, and a lot of it is reminiscent of just the stories as they stand. First floor, base room, second floor. You know, even though it gives, you know, like that Japanese manga, you know, it doesn't matter, obviously. Any person from any country can draw that way if they want to. So that's what's super cool. The Little Wizard's Personal Magic Spool. Yeah, so, you know, and again, like your standard manga has like a couple pages in color, you know, and the rest in black and white. So, you know, I think it's kind of trying to be a little bit more reminiscent of that, which I do like, actually, because I do like the art that can come from a person's imagination while after reading the book, you know. So instead of looking at what the actors look like and all that kind of stuff, they're kind of developing it themselves, and this is the kind of art that they're maybe used to or that they prefer, and so they're drawing it according to what they want, and I think that that's great. Okay, so this is upside down. I'm cool with it. Okay, I'm alright with that. Monster Book of Monsters. So little fellow in the enveloping field. Okay. So this is maybe talking about some of the beasts and such. The Little Wizard's Magic Paper. Oh, you know what? Was this the one? God, I hope it was. There was a translation, and where was it? I was laughing kind of harder than I should have been because it was too funny. Yeah, okay, so this is part 2, chapter 2. I'm going to show you. Oh, wait, that's what that says. Wizards Compulsory Magic. So, anyway, I have it on my screen because it's a picture that I took, but for some reason it's not... I can't find it, but anyway. So the translation was, the collection treasured book that the department laughs at the shop. I was laughing too hard at that because, like, what? Oh my gosh. It was so funny. Like, just like, it was just like the translation again, you know, it's like, what? Like, what are we even saying here? But I wonder why it's not part 1, right? Now I, like, have to find it. Part 3. What? Anyway, I guess it really doesn't matter. I'll post it, you know, like on my Instagram or something. I just thought it was too funny because, like, it's like, wait, what are we saying here? All right, anyway. So this was my favorite. I just love that it kind of, you know, I think that there's a time and place for this kind of art, and, you know, like, it's their own story, and I think that, you know, it is what it is. That's fine. I wouldn't prefer it just to, you know, like, Harry Potter as it stands. Like, if they made, like, a Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone manga, I would read that for sure. But the type of art that can come from, like, an artist's imagination, to me, is the Harry Potter TCG. So that's kind of how I view the sort of, like, cartoon, animated, illustrated story to be told. And so even though, like, this is fine, like, it's fine because, like, this obviously isn't Harry Potter. This is somebody else's rendition of Harry Potter. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I dig it. And I think it's super cool. All of these are, all of these are just like kind of this unique thing that existed in our world. And I know that they're really hard to find now, especially like in China, and it's harder even to find outside of China, because they've really hunkered down on the whole like bootleg thing, and they're trying not to do that as much. And so I was able to get my hands on this by way of a long process. And so I'm happy to have them, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And like I said, it might be, like a part 2 or part 3 coming up with like a translation or something of some of these. But it just depends on who's willing to help me with that. Anyway, have fun, be safe, and I'll catch you next time.